Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show. This is Martin here. All right. So this morning, I'm going to share with you something different from our VSA360 that we are sort of moving out, and we will be focusing on VSA360 onboarding this morning in here. So in this session, we'll talk about what's in VSA360. So it's going to be rather short than our usual breakfast show that we've been doing. So I'll try to cover maybe just the front part, but the VSA360 is an ongoing series that for our new members and also some of the old members that might. So we'll be exploring the VSA360 main dashboard, first page upon login, the VSA screener, the alert center, which I will show about, and not to forget the in-depth stock quote, right? With the visual trading plan, and also a lot of training and coaching and support. And now, those of you who don't know, beginning almost the 2024, we have sort of stopped on of all our masterclass. So we'll be supporting and coaching our members through all our learning video, tutorial, assignment, and not to forget our KC, which is our knowledge center, and all our past recording tutorial will be available there. And finally, soon to be released, our VSA360 Insider Buy and Sell Screener. So those of you who are already a member, I welcome you and thank you for your support of being a VSA360 member. Now, VSA360 has all the features that you need as an investor or trader to analyze the market and plan ahead. All right. So we also have the intraday alert too. Now you can also check out, for those of you who are new, in our VSA360 virtual trading room in here that we have for you. And of course, you can also follow us, our other programs that we do on our breakfast show, which is on Monday. Every first, third, and fifth will be focusing on the Bursa, and second and fourth on the US market. The VSA360 come with new features as the risk and reward ratio, visual trading plan, and stock alert and notification. All right, let's get down to the page that many of you usually be looking at, is this VSA360. The first page as when you log in here. All right. So from the menu, you can actually click on here, just make it smaller, right? And you have this dashboard with a host of news, ticker tape. This is all sorted out based on the top volume. And of course, you can also sort out your own list by updating your watch list. Your watch list will be on the last row, which is your, like in this case, Martin Wong watch list. I only have 3A. So any news of the watches will pops up in here. And of course, my news raised by 26%, undue positive news. So that thing just go on. All right. So those are the news. And on top here, you could see the respective market. The US market is green pentagon. The STI is green pentagon. Only Malaysia is turning red pentagon in here. And of course, we also have the first on our list is the Pentagon Guider chart here. You can also switch to the respective month here. So you can just look at when the SGX. This one, you just need to click on to the 3 months, right? And you can see Singapore just turned green pentagon. Next, we'll go to Hong Kong market, and we'll switch to 3 months. And you can see Hong Kong is still in the downtrend since 23rd of May. Of course, if you really want to open up, you can click on this and it open up to a bigger chart. But of course, of the screen, it will actually tend to spread out across your screen here. All right. You can also check out the other charts, just like the Smart Robi apps that we have here, to the Dow Jones. Switching to a 3 month, click on that one, and you can see Dow Jones has turned green pentagon. S&P 500 is also green pentagon. Switching to a 3 month here, still gonna, and also the Nasdaq 3 month has also turned to Nasdaq actually turned red pentagon. Okay, because it has moved up a fair bit since then. It actually moved down here. So this is the chart that sort of know where you are, whether you want to be aggressive, whether you want to stay back, or you want to hold on in here. Okay, so the next is the virtual scoreboard, which maybe I'll leave it another time. This is where all our VSA360 members are encouraged to participate. Our virtual trade started off with the 50,000, either they trade the US market and the Malaysian market, and from those trading, myself here, my team, my coaches, and also your speaker here are able to track your progress as a trader when you go in, when you go out, and we make correction at real time, right? So it's important all the incoming onboarding new member to do this trading so I can participate. It's a virtual trade, so technically you don't use any real money in here. Then next we have the Bursa sector analysis. All right, you can also open this up and you can see much better. This is to tell you generally what are the strong sectors across the 13 sectors. The center point I see here is the KLCI composite, the KLCI sector in here. There's 2 bars for each sector, meaning the one on the right in this case here last week, and the one that is now is yesterday strength or yesterday's bar. So you can see from here, construction compared to last week to this week is getting stronger, technology is getting weaker, industrial part is getting weaker, and you can see from here telemedia is getting weaker because last week was positive, this week was down. And there are some, what you want to look for here is the strengthening from last week to this week. You can see this one, industrial product. So this one is not too bad. You can see finance is strengthening compared last week to this week, is strengthening in here. Energy is also strengthening in here. So that tells you the kind of sector eventually is going to be moving up. Then of course, not to forget is the foreign funds flows. All right, the foreign funds flows is important because it dictates how our KLCI market is influenced is. All right, I think many of you who have followed our breakfast show would have known every time when we have a huge sell-off, which we did see yesterday, which is just move up my head here, minus 267 million. That's a market cap. And then we have a movement up. So when the stock goes up, you can see it's positive inflow in here. And when you have a series of outflows, that's where we get the market tumbling down. When the market is continuing buying like we saw here, this is the part when the market goes up. So really, ladies and gentlemen, new members, onboarding members in here, the foreign funds flows is something that you want to watch for as long as the foreign funds are intent to selling then the market. But keep in track is the peak. We need to have a peak selling, just like a peak volume in terms of foreign funds buying. When you get a peak here, the market will reverse somewhere around 300 to 400 million. And you can see here 290, we got 267. We are already close to the bottom. One more big sell-off like this, the market likely to turn up, and then foreign fund will start to buy. But right now we are not seeing that. So having said that, you probably have to. Now to navigate back to the main menu, you can just click back on the back here and it takes you back to the main menu. All right. So next we're going to go on to the KLCI sector. So the KLCI sector is again very small. You just need to open it up here, and so this is to look at all the sectors that we've seen. Everything is red, okay? And of course you have different respective columns. The sector ST refer to the short-term percentage, which is actually referring to the 50-day moving average. LT is the long-term, referring to the 200-day moving average. We have the price, which is the Bursa index, the Pentagon, the date that they appeared on the Pentagon, and how long it's been in red Pentagon. So you can see technology B has been only 8 days. It's gone down 8 bars, and it's down 3%. So we've seen foreign funds selling. So that also. So only one that is positive right now, you can see is construction, which is also down the last 7 bars here. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7 bars it's been up. So that's why we're seeing this correction. And of course, you can switch to a 3-month chart or a 6-month, 3-month, default to 6-month and a 3-month chart, and you just can close it up in here. That gives you a narrow down, like what we say, a helicopter view into this market that we've seen so far in your plantation. So this list is important so you know which sector you want to be homing on if you are trading our local. And the third one is more for your information. What is green? Definitely you can see green is anything that is above 2%. A lot of green here for the FBM 30, which tells you why this market will continue to go higher, at least for today. But who knows? Lunchtime it might turn. And then we go on something simple. Simpler here is the regional market. All right. So when you look at the regional market, this is all the regional market, and you also have the heat map here, which is telling you, what are the market that we have. Everything looks green. Okay. On the market right now, we have SDI, Composite Index, Bitcoin. These are big movement last night. So you can see that the gold's not doing well. And then the market index is just the text representation of what you just saw just now here. Okay, so all this, silver, gold is down. And then another important one is our seasonality. All right, seasonality tells you the monthly bullishness and the bearishness. As from time to time, this is an important chart that I always flash to the members. You could see for the past 6 to 8 years been negative with the exception of 2017, 2020. But this year, 2024, we were up almost 11%. Since then, the market has pulled back a bit to 0.4%. We are down to 8% this year. And let's hope this year, with the 8%, we were able to close, as many analysts are looking for a high closing of 1700. Right now, our KLCI is 1586, so that's another 120 point. Breaking back to the 1600 is going to be a struggle, as you can see from here. This is because due to the strong resistance that we have. All right, then so we done this. So this is also a good month that you want to see. Generally, July is a good month. You can see last year June we have corrections, but June is coming to an end. Another 3 more days at the time of recording. So we have month of July, and I think July is going to be a positive month, judging from the seasonality that we see. So green pentagon might just turn, and these are some of the top 20 Pentagon Guider returns since the green pentagon. You can see RGTB Berhad has 141% return for a small cap stock, which is below 285. JT small cap stock 73% return. 6th of May, 27th of May, which is about 1 month. C-Link. Then you have WMG, MNN, LMP, all right, and ATNS, which is 36. So that tells you a lot of these smaller companies, small cap stock, tend to move faster, especially in the trading perspective. This may be a list of a target stock you want to be on, give you a kind of thing. Then of course, not to forget is our event. All right, event list that we have here, things that we do on our Wednesday, our live member talk, public talk also for everybody else. Okay, so you can click on this, and not to forget also on the bottom right hand side, let me just move out. You can click on the help. This is an interactive tour that you can start off, which actually tells you all the respective programs. You can go on next, zoom in, it'll tell you this, and also explain each on the options. Okay, so it's a tour of the smart VSA360 dashboard that you can see in here. And so that cover the VSA360 dashboard. Now for the next portion we will talk about briefly in here, very short one, will be the screener. Of course, the screener, we have the beginner screener and the advanced screener. On this session right now, I'm just going to touch base later, going to the individual, but I'm just going to showcase to you. So we have the Pentagon Guider, many of you would have known. So it's screened for stocks, okay, that is ready to move higher. So you can go back to almost 2 years ago. You have 4 different exchange, and of course many of you know our member, we sort out by the ST and the LT, referring to the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. Also in here you have the FADO stocks that is paying good dividend. You have the Sharia compliant, and then you also have those which is the growth stocks. All right, so that's going to be sorting it out for a start. Next we have the 18-day line change, again very similar, right? Stock that is already in a trend. okay, which is already in the trend moving up here. It's an 18-day line chart, and take note, this is for advanced and experienced user compared to the beginner one. No supply is one of our favorite of our previous senior coach, ex-coach, which is Zach here. You can see this is another list that look for low risk, high return share. All right, low risk, high return share means buying at the support and then going further. The rest of the columns of selection is the same. Then we have spring, which is a shakeout share. Okay, so it's a shakeout share, which means the stocks has been moving up, and then all of a sudden we have smart money pushing it down or a pullback, and then denoted by the spring. So the spring is the shakeout shares in here. So you can see these are a lot of the shares in. Then we have the sector screener, looks into the shares in the same sector but have some sort of a pullback. All right, so you can look in here, and this is the one that I usually use to pick up sectors. Earlier on, remember we seen the sector analysis in the main menu, and let's say we are interested in energy, we can look at the energy. So from here onwards, you want to pick by the either equipment, so you can narrow it down to which sector and which stock that is showing some pullbacks in here. All right, so this is, so you can also click on the respective sector and look into it. So example, I'm interested in technology, but then again, remember at the point of this recording, many of the stocks are actually in the downtrend. Of course, when there's an uptrend, you want to buy lagging stocks, which is your second tier of the sector that has not moved up yet, assuming the first tier has already moved up here. So you can see now the technology stocks are here. Like some of these already move up 6%. Notion have done pretty well, and I believe you can mouse it on and then look at the, for the screen to pops up. You can see this is a nice chart, so you don't need to open up individually here. So it takes a bit of couple of seconds. So these are the stocks that move up. Some has already turned red. Pentagon, all right, K1, all right, you can view it there. And then we have the KLCI sector, which I've showed you earlier, and then the US sector index. All right, the US sector index, overall we have seen the S&P 500 is still green, but then the technology is red Pentagon. So right, so that's why you can see XLK, all these sectors are ETF driven, so you can actually buy them off from your favorite broker houses. So XLK, again, very similar. You can switch to a 3-month. You can see which sector will give you the positive. So generally what you want to do is actually sort out the highest return, which is right now consumer discretion, communication, S&P 500 are more bullish. Technology has turned red Pentagon, and I think the second tier sector other than the AI technology, those sector will move well. All right, semiconductors also another technology driven in here, but I do think the energy sectors is coming back. You can see XLE just turned green Pentagon. So once this non-technology stock move up, a lot of the US stocks non-technology will also move up. So to this, that's all I want to cover for this morning for our VSA 360 onboarding tutorial for the main dashboard, the first page that you see upon login, and also the VSA screener that you see so far. All right, for the remaining time, just want to ask the audience any questions that you want to ask or want me to check out the stocks. Do let me know. Okay. If there is no stocks, we will stop here, right? And do think about subscribing to our VSA 360 if not. And if you are already have, for our member, we thank you for your support. We could not be here without your support over these years. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube TradeVSA. And also, don't forget to join our Telegram chat room for all our free stock market information here. That's all we have. Thank you and have a good trading day.